So, Rose, what is the Boston Tea Party?
Well, I think that the people who live in America didn't have any tea, and they quite thirsty for tea quite a lot of the time. All that was on their mind on tea, they had tea on the brain a lot of the time. So this American species were not clever enough to create their own tea, so they had to get it from England, because obviously England knows how to make a good cup of tea, a nice cup of tea. Tetley tea, all sorts of tea. We're good at tea, and so tea was put on a ship. They just shoved all the tea bags onto a ship, which sailed from England to America, and the Americans thought, yes, tea. And then one day, the cost of the tea rose, because the tea became so good, and the English people thought, I'm gonna raise the price of this Tetley tea, because you Americans are just stealing all our tea and not paying very much for it. So we rose the price, and the Americans said, tea for this much? I'm not gonna pay. I ain't paying this much for a cup of Tetley tea. Basically they're like, no, I'm paying. Are you going to pay that much for that tea? No, I ain't paying that much for that tea. They got together and they decided that they were gonna have a fight, a tea party. And so they went to the ship and took out their guns again and shot at the tea ship, which exploded, and tea leaves went everywhere. Party! And they had a little dance under the confetti of tea leaves that sprinkled down onto their little noses. And then after the tea party, they did no longer need any tea to be imported from England, because they had all the tea they needed just falling down continuously. Nowadays, when an American person wants a cup of tea, they go outside, look to the sky, put out their hand, and a tea bag falls down. Thanks to the Boston Tea Party. There we go.